Welcome back, Leo. This is Luna Celestine speaking. Not here to dazzle you with pretty predictions, but to bring clarity and presence to what your soul already knows deep down. If you're here today, it's because something within you is stirring, something real and raw. So let's breathe together and begin. When Mercury stands in direct opposition to Pluto, it's not just an astronomical event. It's a deep and potent clash between your mind and your hidden shadows. This energy doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it creeps in quietly, as tension in conversations, as that uneasy feeling in your chest, as the urge to defend yourself without knowing why. It's what I call mental warfare, a silent battle where truth wrestles with fear, and where your inner voice may feel louder than anything anyone is saying around you. And underneath it all, there's a weight, a burden you've been carrying for far too long. Perhaps a wound that didn't originate with you, or responsibilities you were never meant to hold. It may have shaped you, defined you, even made you strong. But Leo, strength does not mean endless endurance. Not every load is yours to carry. And this moment, this alignment in the skies is whispering to you with unmistakable clarity. It's time to let go, not because you're giving up, but because you're waking up. You've grown enough to recognize what no longer belongs to you. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. The heaviness you feel is not a test of strength. It's a call to release. So stay with me, Leo. The message that follows is not just a reading. It's a mirror for your soul. Let's walk through this together. And Leo, while the skies speak of intensity and transformation, Spirit gently brings you back to something quieter, something simple, but often forgotten in the noise: balance. I want you to hear this not as advice, but as a remembering. You are not just a vessel for ambition. You are not defined by how much you produce, how tirelessly you chase the next milestone, or how long you can keep holding everything together. Somewhere along the way, perhaps you were taught that success only comes from sacrifice, that rest is weakness, that stillness is laziness, that unless you're constantly proving your worth through motion, you're falling behind. But that isn't your truth, and it never was. There is a part of you, maybe buried, maybe whispering faintly, that longs for pause, that remembers the warmth of a shared meal without checking your phone, the laughter that comes from presence, the quiet joy of doing nothing in the company of someone who loves you. These are not distractions. They are not escapes. They are part of your wholeness. Spirit, through the symbol of the beaver, reminds you now, hard work has its place, but so does the sacred rhythm of play, connection, and simply being. You were never meant to live in one extreme. You were never meant to pour all your light into just one area and let the rest of you wither in shadow. So if you've been stretching yourself thin, if you've been trading joy for productivity or love for achievement, this is the moment to return. Not to abandon your goals, but to invite softness into your pursuit of them. Because, Leo, what good is building a kingdom if you're too tired to live in it? What use is climbing to the top if your heart is heavy and no one is there to hold your hand? Spirit isn't asking you to stop dreaming. It's asking you to remember that success means very little without someone to share it with, and that your soul is craving more than just motion. It's craving meaning, presence, connection, and most of all, peace. Let that be part of your definition of success now, not just how far you go, but how whole you feel along the way. And here's where the ache grows quiet but deep. Many of you, dear Leo, are tired in a way that rest alone cannot fix. It's the kind of weariness that comes not just from effort, but from effort gone unseen, from pouring yourself fully into your work, your family, your dreams, your responsibilities, and feeling like no one has truly noticed the cost. You've been strong for so long, dependable for so many, carrying more than your fair share, and still, there are moments when it seems no one pauses to say, "I see you, I appreciate you, you've done enough." That absence of acknowledgement over time becomes a wound of its own. It can hollow out your joy, dim the fire in your heart, and make you question if any of it was worth it. But Leo, I want to tell you something that no one else may have said out loud. You have done beautifully, not perfectly, because perfection was never the goal, but beautifully. You've shown up, you've kept going, you've created light in places where there was none, and even when you were afraid or uncertain, you still chose to love, to try, to rise again. That is not something small. That is the quiet heroism of the heart, and you don't need anyone's permission to pause now. Not the world's, not your inner critics, not even your old definitions of success. You simply need to remember that you are allowed to rest, and more than that, you deserve to. So Spirit whispers to you now, slow down, Leo, just for a moment. Stop chasing long enough to truly feel where you are. Look around, not to measure what you haven't done, but to witness the beauty of what already is. Breathe in the scent of the life you've built, even if it's still incomplete, even if it's not what you thought it would be. There is sweetness in the now, in the quiet mornings, in the small victories, in the way your heart still beats with courage despite everything. Don't miss the roses blooming at your feet, because your eyes are always on the next hill to climb. Take this as your permission to be proud, not just of what you've accomplished, but of who you've become in the process. That pride doesn't need applause, it only needs presence. And today, the universe is giving you a chance to come home to yourself, to your heart, to your breath. Let this be the moment you stop and feel it all, not to judge, but to honor. You are enough. You have done enough. And now it's time to rest in that truth. And then, Leo, there is the silent thief of peace, the glowing screen, the endless scroll, the curated lives that flash before your eyes and whisper lies into your mind. You might not even notice it at first. It starts small, a moment of curiosity, a quick distraction, a harmless escape. But before long, you're tangled in a quiet storm of comparison, and your spirit begins to dim beneath the weight of what you think you should be. TikTok, Instagram, Reels, and highlights. They were never meant to hold your worth, and yet, somewhere along the way, your beautiful, brilliant fire has been flickering against images that aren't real, expectations that aren't yours, and stories that don't belong to your path. This is your reminder, Leo, not a warning of fear, but a call to return. Come back to your body, the only place your truth lives. Come back to your breath, the steady rhythm that doesn't need filters or validation. Come back to your present, the only space where healing, creation, and real connection can happen. You are not born to measure yourself against illusions. You are not meant to shrink your joy because someone else seems further ahead. The truth is, no one is showing you the full picture, and your worth was never meant to be calculated in likes, followers, or the speed of your progress. Spirit is inviting you now to draw a sacred boundary, not from anger, but from reverence. Protect your mind the way you would protect a garden, with care, with love, with fierce devotion to what is blooming. Step away when you need to, unfollow what drains you, and when you find yourself spiraling into doubt, touch something real, your heartbeat, your skin, the sky above you, the earth beneath your feet. These are the places that hold you. These are the voices you can trust. Because, Leo, your power doesn't come from performing, it comes from presence. And when you come home to yourself, the noise fades, the fear quiets, and you remember you are already everything you were trying so hard to become. And now, Leo, we arrive at the part your heart has been quietly yearning for, the realm of love. Not just romantic love, though that too is written in the stars, but the sacred union of energies, the alchemy that happens when something or someone meets you at the soul, not just the surface. For many of you, a connection is forming or deepening, one that doesn't simply feel exciting or intense, but strangely true, as if you've met before, as if some ancient recognition flickers in their eyes and stirs something long asleep in yours. This may be a soulmate, a twin flame, or a kindred spirit. Call it what you will, but the energy is unmistakable. Something within you is being mirrored, awakened, expanded. This union is not perfect, but it is sacred. It is the dance of the masculine and the feminine, two forces not defined by gender but by rhythm and essence. One brings direction, the other softness. One speaks with fire, the other with silence. And when these energies meet in balance, within you or between you and another, something fertile begins to stir. This is why you may feel more open, more emotional, more inspired, or even creatively restless. For some, this is the beginning of a relationship. For others, it is the deepening of one already present. And for many, this may not manifest as a person, but as the birth of something equally powerful, a new chapter, a calling, a dream that feels like it's finally ready to be born. There is growth here, Leo, not just emotional but spiritual. Your heart is learning a new language, one that isn't based on fear, control, or avoidance, but on presence, vulnerability, and truth. This connection, whether romantic or soul-driven, is teaching you that intimacy is not just about closeness, it's about being seen, really seen, and choosing to stay open anyway. And if you've been guarded, if love has hurt before and you've built walls instead of doors, Spirit wants you to know this is different. This love, this bond, is not here to take from you. It is here to reflect the parts of you you've forgotten and to help you grow into the version of yourself that love has always known you could become. And yes, Leo, for some of you, creation is in the air, fertility not just of body but of spirit. You may feel the desire to build something lasting, be it a family, a home, a body of work, or a new life altogether. Whatever it is rooted in union, in harmony, in a love that doesn't just fill you, it multiplies through you. So allow yourself to receive it, not with fear, but with awe, because what's arriving isn't random. It's a response to the healing you've done, the truth you've owned, and the light you've chosen to keep shining, even when no one else was watching. This is your reward. This is your rising. Let it in. And so, dear Leo, our journey for today comes to a close. A quiet resting point where the messages are no longer just heard, but felt and known deep within. I know you may be moving through something big right now. Changes that shake you, emotions that confuse you, questions that linger without answers. But if you've made it here, if you've stayed present with me, then you are awakening. You are returning to yourself. I didn't come here to paint you a picture of ease. I came to remind you that you don't have to keep carrying everything. You don't have to prove your worth by how much you endure or how much you achieve. What is meant for you will not pass you by. And the light you've been searching for, it has never left you. Even on your darkest days, it has been there, quietly burning at your core. Trust that. Let this week be the moment you put the weight down. Open your heart a little wider and walk forward with the quiet knowing that you are not just surviving, you are being guided. From within, from the stars, from the truth of your own soul. I'm Luna Celestine. Thank you for walking this sacred path with me today. I'll meet you again when the sky whispers something new. But until then, be gentle with yourself, because you are so deeply worthy of the peace you seek.